Right. Here's the thing that gets me. We are not buying things because we need them. We're buying things to buy the version of ourselves that would use them. That's it. That's the whole game.
And the version of yourself that uses the spiralizer and does yoga at 6 a.m. and meal preps on Sundays? She doesn't exist.
She has never once existed. Not for a single person on this earth.
Welcome to Sunk Cost. Two friends, one mic, and a lot of opinions about money. I'm Sophia, he's Alex, and we dig into what modern life actually costs us and whether it's worth it. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, why do we buy things we never use? Alex, I want to start with a confession. What's the most useless thing you've ever bought?
God, okay. Do you want recent or all time?
All time. Let's go big.
A bread maker. I spent 60 quid on a bread maker. Used it once. The bread came out like a grey brick. I thought, maybe I just need to try again. And no, I did not try again. It lived on top of the fridge for 2 years, judging me, and I eventually gave it to a charity shop.
The bread maker on top of the fridge is such a universal experience. It's basically a monument to optimism.
It is a monument. It's a little shrine to the person I thought I was going to become. Baker Alex. Wholesome Alex. Alex who gets up at 7 and makes his own bread.
Alex who definitely does not order a Pret delivery at 8 a.m.
I have never confirmed or denied the Pret deliveries, and I'm not starting now.
Okay, so I think there are a few categories here. You've got aspirational purchases. That's the bread maker, the yoga mat, the language learning app. You buy it because you're buying an identity, not a thing.
Right. And the buying itself feels like progress. Like you've already done the thing a little bit, just by clicking add to basket.
And honestly, it makes total sense. Once you've decided to do something and taken any action toward it, your brain kind of registers partial credit. The decision feels made. The purchase scratches the itch.
Oh, that's genuinely horrible. So I bought a juicer, and my brain went, health arc complete, and I never had to actually use it.
Basically, yeah. Congratulations on your imaginary health journey.
I'm incredibly healthy in my head. Mentally, I am a triathlete.
And there's a second category, the panic purchase. That's when you buy something because you suddenly feel like you're the only person who doesn't have it. Fear of missing out, but for objects.
Oh, this is the worst one, because you can't even defend it as aspirational. Like at least with the bread maker, I had a dream. With the panic purchase, you're just reacting. I bought a sous vide machine because everyone on the internet seemed to have one, and I felt left out of a cooking conversation I wasn't even part of.
Wait, you have a sous vide machine?
Had. It's gone. Same charity shop as the bread maker, actually. Those two are probably on a shelf together right now, bonding over their shared abandonment.
That's genuinely poetic.
Here's what I keep coming back to, though. Is it always a bad thing? Like, some of those purchases made me happy for a week. I was excited. I thought about the bread maker. I imagined the bread.
Okay, this is actually the interesting bit. There's a real argument that the anticipation is the product. You're not really buying the thing, you're buying the feeling of looking forward to something.
So the purchase is the experience.
Kind of, yeah. The problem is you don't account for it that way. You think you're buying a bread maker. You're actually buying 2 weeks of daydreaming about becoming a baker. If you knew that up front, you might make better decisions. Or at least feel less guilty about the gray brick.
That actually reframes it completely. If I'd thought I'm paying 60 quid for a nice little fantasy, I might have said, you know what, that's actually a decent deal. Cheaper than therapy.
Don't tell anyone to buy bread makers instead of going to therapy.
God, no. Don't take money advice from me. I have 17 subscriptions and I genuinely do not know what 4 of them are for.
Speaking of which, and I say this with love, can we talk about subscription services as a specific category of things we never use? Because I feel like that's where the real money goes.
It's a racket, mate. It's an absolute racket. And here's where it gets genuinely weird. The whole model is built on the fact that cancelling feels like more effort than it's worth. They count on you to not cancel.
The friction to cancel is a deliberate design choice. They make it 4 clicks to subscribe and 7 screens to cancel. And they know that past a certain point, you'll just give up and keep paying.
I cancelled something last month and it asked me if I was sure, then why I was leaving, then offered me a discount, then asked me again if I was sure, and then told me I had to wait 3 working days for confirmation. 3 days! For a £9 a month meditation app I hadn't opened since the 3rd of never.
A meditation app making cancellation actively stressful. The irony is doing a lot of work there.
I needed the meditation app to get through cancelling the meditation app. Full circle.
Okay, but here's the category I think we're both dancing around. The stuff we buy to signal who we are to other people. That's different from the aspirational stuff, right? That's not even about the imaginary version of yourself. That's about what other people think.
Oh, this is the one. This is the real one. I had a mate, I won't name him, who bought a very expensive road bike. Proper kit. The helmet, the shoes, the little shorts. Spent about £2,000 on the whole setup.
How much did he ride it?
He did 1 charity ride. Once. The bike now lives in his hallway because he feels guilty if it's out of sight, but moving it to the shed would mean admitting defeat.
The visibility is the point. The bike in the hallway is communicating something. I'm the kind of person who cycles.
Even if you are genuinely not the kind of person who cycles.
And this is where I think we should be more honest with ourselves about what we're actually spending on. Because if the expensive road bike is really about your identity and how you want people to see you, fine. That's a legitimate thing to spend money on. But own it. Don't pretend it's about the cycling.
Is that what Diego is? Is Diego an identity purchase?
Diego is a living creature who brings me genuine joy, and I will not be having this conversation.
You spent $300 on a cat stroller, Sofia.
It was $280, and he loves it. He sits up very straight and looks out at people.
That is exactly the energy of someone who has fully given up on justifying a purchase and just leaned in. And honestly, I respect it. I respect the full lean.
The full lean is actually what I want to talk about, because I think it's the healthier relationship with money. The problem isn't buying useless things. Humans have always bought useless things. Status objects, decorations, unnecessary luxuries. The problem is buying them unconsciously and then feeling terrible about it.
So the goal is to be a conscious, terrible person with your money, rather than an unconscious, terrible person.
Basically, yes. Know what you're doing and why. And obviously, we're 2 people with opinions, not your financial advisors. Please do not build a budget around anything we've said today.
My budget is more of a loose suggestion I make to myself on the 1st of the month and abandon by the 4th.
Final boss take. I think the real cost of buying things you never use isn't the money. It's the low-level guilt that accumulates. Every unused thing in your space is a tiny, unresolved decision staring at you. And we underestimate how much that drains us, mentally, emotionally, over time.
The sunk cost of the sunk cost.
The sunk cost of the sunk cost. We keep the things we never use because we've already spent the money, and that would be admitting we made a mistake. So instead, we keep them around and feel quietly bad about it, basically forever.
This is why I have a rowing machine with laundry on it. I'm not keeping it for the exercise. I'm keeping it so I don't have to look myself in the eye and go, Mate, you wasted 300 quid on that.
But you're paying for it every single day in guilt, which is actually much more expensive.
The bread maker was worth 60 quid. The 2 years of vaguely feeling bad about it every time I saw it, I'd price that considerably higher.
Sell the bread maker. Sell the rowing machine. Let someone else have their 2 weeks of daydreaming.
Pass on the fantasy. The gift economy of abandoned aspirations.
Okay, if you took nothing else from today, next time you're about to buy something you're not sure you'll use, just ask yourself whether you're buying the thing or buying the idea of yourself using the thing. And if it's the second one, at least know that going in. Okay, this Wednesday we're asking whether travel has become a competition we genuinely cannot afford. The influencer trips, the it destinations, the cost of keeping up on holiday. I'm still hosting, Alex is still here causing problems, and it's going to be a good one.
I have thoughts. Strong thoughts. Possibly personal grievances. I may have once booked a flight the night before because someone on Instagram made Lisbon look too good.
See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, mate.